before I get into this video, if you're interested in signing up to be an Uber or Lyft driver and you want to start making $30 to $40 per hour and you want to get a huge sign-on bonus, go ahead and use the link in the description below to sign up. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for coming by. I really do appreciate it. So in today's video, I'm going over 10 things that you need to have as an Uber driver. So before I get into that, leave this video a huge thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another video on our channel. And now let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that you need to have when you're driving for Uber is a phone mount. Here, come follow me. So I like to put my phone mount right here and it hooks up super easily. As you can see, I use an MPOW. This thing was like $10 on Amazon and it's really simple, it's really easy. And that way when I'm driving, you know, I don't have to look down at my hands while I'm driving and I can just glance over at the navigation when I'm driving my passengers. And it actually is illegal to look at your phone or put your phone in your hand when you're driving. And this is what it does look like. It's super simple, super easy to install. Like I said, it's only 10 bucks, so I definitely recommend getting one. Okay, this is also super important, but the second thing you need to have are your Uber stickers. So come follow me. When you're driving Uber, you need to have 2 stickers. You need to have one right here, and then the other one you need to have over here in your back. You can pick them up at a local Uber hub, and they just give them out for free like candy, so you can get a bunch if you want. And then you need to have one right here also in the back. I can show you because it is kind of, I do have tinted windows in the back. It's actually super important that you do put them on the inside so people don't, I know some people go out and take off your sticker because, I don't know, they're just, some people just like to mess with you. So put them on the inside, that way nobody can just take them off from the outside. Okay, so the third thing that you need to have, and this one is a personal favorite of mine, and I didn't discover this until after a while of driving, but it actually is really important to keep snacks, and not for your passengers, but for yourself, because face it, we all get hungry and the time does fly by a lot faster when you have snacks for yourself. I know I am getting a little, you know, I don't know what you want to call it, but I do have chocolate. Make sure they don't melt, but get something. I mean, I like to have one or two of these in between a ride. You know, it keeps it going. I also have to have a drink too, because, you know, you do get thirsty. So I just like to have a Gatorade. And it does help. Sometimes I'll just bring like some trail mix and I'll keep them in the center console, and then don't eat while you're driving a passenger, but in between rides, so you can have a couple snacks, and it does help the time go by a lot faster, and you don't get hungry as much, so you don't need to eat out. Oh, and I almost forgot, when you're driving late at night, get one of these. You know what this is? This will keep you up all night. You will not fall asleep if you're drinking these. Maybe coffee if you like coffee. I like to switch it up, you know, sometimes probably coffee in the morning, maybe Red Bull at night. That way you're not falling asleep. Okay, and number 4, this could be important or it could not be important depending on where you live, but even here in California, you know, it does rain every once in a while. So when you're dropping off a passenger, you need to get out, you know, stretch your legs. It's really important to have this thing. This is an umbrella. It does help to have a spare umbrella. Just keep it in your trunk or something. Number 5, this is super important. I can, camera person, you can come follow me for this one. It's really important to have some kind of air freshener. Air fresheners are super important. This one is just like the little tree ones. This is super old. I've had this for like 1 or 2 years. I don't like to get a bunch of really strong ones, but just something super light that way, you know, because of all the fumes and, you know, some passengers do smell, let's face it. You know, everybody does have body odor, so maybe your passenger hasn't showered in a couple days, you know. Have something that is going to make your car smell nicer. Number 6, this is more of a fun one, but you know me, I like to spice things up. I don't like to drive Uber and have a boring day. I like to have a fun day, so this one is have music playlists. Playlists are super important. That way, you know, when you're driving, you can listen to your favorite music while you drive. And I would say probably have like 3 or 4 different playlists, like, you know, old classic, like acoustic music, maybe one like Frank Sinatra. And then for your party passengers, when you're driving at night, have more like an EDM, a pop playlist. Here, I can come show you my setup. I actually do have an older car. This is a 2011. So, you know, I just have like a CD player in here. But what I got is one of these. It's basically, this is like a Bluetooth, old school Bluetooth connector. So that way I plug this in and then it hooks up to the radio and through Bluetooth connects to my phone. This is like 15 bucks on Amazon, and then it also has a car charger, which does help when your passengers want to charge their phone, because you will get that requested a lot. But this is my setup, and like I said, I have like 5 or 6 playlists, so I can just you know, play different playlists while I'm driving. And in between rides, guys, I blast the music. You know, I'm having fun going to pick up my next passenger. But when the passenger does get in the car, you know, I just turn the music down and then ask them what they want to listen to. Okay, this next one, guys, is super important for safety. Number 7. No, it's not a skateboard. I just happen to keep one in my trunk. So you want to have a spare jack and a spare tire. So I have my spare tire under here, and then I also keep a spare jack in here. As you can see, that's just my spare jack. I'm not going to go over how to use it or anything, but it is important just in case you do get a flat tire that you can put a spare on, and that's just for safety purposes. Okay, number 8, this is another one that I discovered is super important, is that sometimes when you're driving, you don't get ride requests all the time. So what I like to do is I like to have a spare book to read in between rides. And one thing that I always teach is that in between rides, never drive around, because you're just wasting gas. So what I do after I drop off a passenger, I just pull over, park, and I pull out one of my spare books. I am taking a class right now, so this is my reading book, but I just like to read in general. You know, sometimes I'll just have like a spare business book. I know a lot of you guys are like entrepreneurs, so maybe have like a spare business book to read in between rides. All right, number 9, this one is super important, especially if you're driving late at night and you're picking up drunk passengers. You want to have one of these. I know what it looks like just a Ralph's plastic bag, but this is actually a throw-up bag, guys. You can go on Amazon and buy like some Puke bags or something for like 10 bucks. I just like to do this. I mean, this will do the trick. If somebody does throw up, I know it doesn't happen too often, but on maybe 1 in 1,000 rides, you might do it. Or if you're driving at 2 a.m. every single night, you know, maybe a little bit more often. That way, you know, look at my car, guys. I have a pretty nice car inside. It's pretty clean. I don't want to throw up everywhere. So if a passenger does need to throw up, I'll say, oh, if I can't pull over in time, you know, I do have spare bags in the back seat. Okay, guys, and number 10, don't think this is a joke. This is not funny, but number 10, what you do need to have is a clean car. As you can see from the outside, you know, it's not picturesque, picture perfect. You know, I do have a couple scratches here and there, but overall, you know, this is, if you're driving for Uber, you want to have your car looking somewhat like this, cleanliness wise. And then I can just show you on the inside when passengers do get in. There's not really any crumbs or anything. I mean, there's a little pebbles here and there, but for the most part, it is super clean. You can see like here, this is where the passengers, you know, lean their arms. You don't want this to be dusty or dirty or anything. You know, for the most part, it is clean. And also in the front, you can see, you know, if you just peek in really quick, yeah, it's fine to have like a cup or two here for yourself, but for the most part, you want it to be clean, guys. All right, and the bonus thing that you need to have, this is the last one, I promise, it is a smile, guys. Smiling is super important. Also, it's, you know, for your mental health, it does help a lot keeping yourself happy, but also when you greet your passengers and you say, hey, how are you today? It really does make a great first impression and leads to more tips. So, you know, if you're not happy and you don't feel like smiling, put a smile on, and when they leave you a tip, you will be happy. So anyways, guys, those are my 10 things that you need to have as an Uber driver. Let me know what you guys think. Again, if you did like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss another video about Uber and Lyft. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you're interested in signing up and you want to get the bonus, use the link in the description below. I will see you all next time. Have a great day, guys. Bye.